Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm All Things Wrestling, and today I'm going to be reviewing WWE Raw 1st of July 2019. We kick off the show with Braun Strowman versus Bobby Lashley in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Lashley is setting up for a spear on the stage. Strowman sends him straight through the Titantron, and then there's explosions. Referee calls for EMTs, and then they get stretchered into ambulances. The match itself was kind of meh, but the finish was goddamn amazing, actually. It was really good. The match itself is going to get like a 1.5 out of 5, but the actual segment of the explosions and going into the ambulances is going to get a good old-fashioned 9 out of 10. It was really good. I enjoyed it. We then go to the Viking Raiders, War Raiders, Viking Experience, whatever you want to call them this month, versus Big E and Xavier Woods. Samoa Joe comes out, pulls Woods off the aprons, referee calls for the bell. Joe with a Coquina clutch to him. So the New Day win that by disqualification. 1.5 out of 5, it weren't that good a match. We then go to Kofi coming out to make the save. The Viking Experience beat him down. Vikings, whatever the hell their name is, beat him down. We then go to a 3-on-3 match. New Day versus Joe and the Viking Raiders. Yeah, we'll go with that. And then Joe applies a Coquina clutch. Kofi passes out. It weren't a bad match. 2 out of 5. It weren't too bad. I love the fact Joe got the win, because it makes him much more of a credible threat in 2 weeks at Extreme Rules. Good job. We then see Drake Maverick's loss at the wedding, and then we see him bringing his blindfolded wife and says they're going to be on sandy beaches for a honeymoon. And then apparently his wife is named Renee. Was yelling at him for being at Raw. He introduced her to Dana Brooke, and then he says Renee gave him an ultimatum. Her or the 24/7 title. He says, I choose you. He will not let anything bother us. Drake hugs his wife, sees R2 stand there, and R2 says, sucker for romance. It was quite good. 6 out of 10. We then see the club in the locker room. AJ enters. They're kind of like, you know, you could beat Ricochet and go and win the US title because you're the next in contention. And Luke says Cole doesn't think you can beat him, and Cole's like, my hot Asian wife is on the line. And then AJ said he'll take the bet. That was alright. 5 out of 10. We then see Drake and Renee in the front row. Truth is part of the conga line. He then dances in front of Drake and then dances with Renee. He then lies on the barricade, and his wife just gave him the death stare, and he just sits back down. It was alright. We then go to our 4th match, Cesaro versus No Way Jose. Cesaro knocks Jose off the apron before the bell rings, hits a gut-wrench suplex, and then a neutralizer. No actual match happened. Meh. Don't really have a room for that. We then see the Street Profits, the NXT Tag Champions, for some bloody reason, on Monday Night Raw. I have no idea what they're doing there. They're going to bring Swagger back to Raw, and then they start to dance. 4 out of 10. It was meh at best, to be honest. We then go to The Miz getting an interview. He said, my mistake led to this monster. Shane will find a replacement for Elias. Elias is going to go back to laying guitars in subways. 4 out of 10. We then have Shane and Drew make their way to the ring. They talk about exterminating the legacy of The Undertaker. I think he comes out and he's like, Roman Reigns didn't ask me here. You gave her everything you had in Hell in a Cell match at WrestleMania. You lived to tell about it. You're just a couple of lost souls suffering torment and torture in the arcade states to death. This will be for eternity. You will never rest in peace. It was alright. 7.5 out of 10. We then go to Natalya versus Lacey Evans. Baron trips Natalya Lacey with a woman's right for a 3 count. The match was meh. 1 out of 5. We then see Ricochet in the back. He's with Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder. They gave him some... Charlie interrupts and he's asked about losing to AJ last week. He thinks he can hold the own to AJ. Ricochet says AJ can believe what he wants. It's an honor to face AJ. He might not be 100%, but he knows he can beat AJ if they meet again. Then the club show up and say AJ could beat him down in less than 3 minutes. Luke says AJ had Ricochet beat from the get-go. Ricochet said he'll beat AJ next time they meet. It was alright, 6.5 out of 10. We then go back to that. AJ's like, why are you running your mouth? I'll take your title tonight. Ricochet doesn't know why AJ's all fired up, but he accepts. AJ slaps Ricochet and then Ricochet slaps him back. 8 out of 10, and we're really good. We then go to Miz vs. Elias in 2 out of 3 falls. The match starts, skull cushion party for a 3 count, and then Elias gets a drift away for a 3 count. And then in the final fall, Elias goes for a running knee with Miz on the apron, but Miz moves. Elias hits the ring post with a cracking thud. Miz brings Elias back in the ring, applies a figure 4 leg lock. He taps out. The match was 2 out of 5. Weren't that good, but it did what it needed to do. We then have Becky and Seth in the interview area, just talking about random shit about Extreme Rules, and then Maria Kanellis shows up. You're like, he finds it a bit desperate. You call yourself the first couple of WWE because you're not. It's like, you beat Ronda Rousey, but I pushed an 8-pound baby out my uterus. Yes, she actually read uterus. I'm surprised the bloody censors didn't get mental about that one. Let's see you do that, Becky. Seth, you don't impress me. Mike shows up and be like, why don't we have you two in a match next? So we go to that match. Seth with a super kick forced Maria to tag in, so it's time for the women. Maria goes to the floor, gets to Mike and says Mike was supposed to protect him. He said you'll mop the floor with Seth, but you can't mop the floor at home. Maria says she's pregnant to stop Becky. Mike is so excited that Maria's pregnant. Mike wants to know how she's pregnant. Maria says Mike isn't man enough to get her pregnant. Becky hip toss Mike in the ring, disarm her. He taps out. The match itself was nothing. 1 out of 5. God, I'm giving low ratings today. Maria said she cannot believe that Mike is the father of the child. She waited for him to go up and show some responsibility, but you're a disappointment. The only man here tonight was the man Becky. Maybe next time she'll ask Becky to impregnate her. Oh yes, please. Yeah, the promo itself was good. I don't know why they're turning Maria on Mike, but I'm liking what they're doing with it. The actual turning on him kind of gets a solid 9 out of 10. Then Paul Heyman shows up, introduces himself, and says it's been a weird night for Seth and a bad night for Kofi, so it might be the right night for Brock Lesnar to cash in. Maybe he's here, maybe he's not. The Street Profits bro up and says, and a shot that Brock Lesnar is here. And then Mortez comments on Paul's time and says she does not have time for the Street Profits. Montez screams for Paul to come back, and they talk about Maria's announcement. Okay. Weird. Nothing. No rating. We then have a moment of bliss. Bliss sends her thoughts to Bobby and Braun, which was a theme through the night. I like it. And then Alexa brings out Nikki Cross. Alexa said, this is all about you. And then Carmella interrupts. And then Carmella's like, Nikki, you've been the champion. Why is Alexa getting the title match? Alexa wants to know why Carmella's trying to steal the spotlight from Nikki. Alexa said that Carmella's only hit R2's sidekick. We then go to Carmella versus Alexa Bliss. Carmella with a roll up for a 3 count in like 10 seconds. No rating. Dud. Terrible. We then go to Nikki versus Carmella. Nikki goes up top, leaps over Carmella. Nikki with a blocks the thrust kick with a swinging neck breaker and gets the 3 count. Nikki wins. The match was meh. 2 out of 5. But good win for Nikki though. I like it. We're then in the back with Nikki and Alexa walking in the back. Nikki is asked about the people wanting Nikki to face Bayley instead of Bliss. Bliss walks off and says no comment. Okay. And then we go to Drake and Renee walking in the back. Renee goes to threshing up for the Beverly Hills gang run past Drake. Truth sees... the Benny Hills gang runs past Drake. I'm assuming that's a reference to something. Truth sees Drake. Drake says he's done with this and he just wants to go on his honeymoon. Truth tells Drake to have a good time on his honeymoon. Drake then hits Truth from behind with his luggage, gets the 3 count. Drake says his honeymoon is going to be great because it will be 24/7. Yeah, Drake won it again. Fantastic. 10 out of 10. We then go to our main event of the evening. AJ Styles versus Ricochet. Ricochet jumps over Styles. Styles with a forearm, hits the phenomenal forearm. Ricochet's foot is under the rope, but the referee counts 3. A referee comes down to explain what happened. We then go to the match being restarted. Ricochet is still champion because they got thrown out. Ricochet punches AJ from the turnbuckle, sends him to the mat, roll up for the 3 count. Ricochet is still the champion, wins the match. The matches were okay. 2.5 out of 5. After the match, AJ and Ricochet shake hands. Luke and Cole get on the apron. AJ wants to know what they're doing, and AJ punches. Ricochet kicks him. AJ has Cole and Luke come in the ring. Magic Killer. AJ with a Star Splash off the turnbuckle. AJ punches Ricochet, and I think it was Carl who punched him after. Showing like, I can punch him better than AJ. And yeah, AJ and the club are now heels. Fantastic. I like it. The matches were meh, but the overall attack segment gets a good solid 9 out of 10. Overall, the show was alright. It's going to get a 6 out of 10. It was alright. I mean, there were some really good moments, and then there was kind of Lacey facing Talia in it. But overall, a good feel for the show. It was not bad. Now, as always, if you have enjoyed this review, please smash that like button, share this all around, subscribe for more content, and I shall catch you later. Bye.